Yo, welcome to the Let's Talk Life podcast. Man, this is the best place to be, really. Like, you feel me? Just get in here, get to talk about life in general, get to explore the ups and the downs. Get to talk about the highs and the lows because we're human. Every day isn't like 100%. And like, it's the biggest thing that we must understand as people. Like, every day isn't going to be 100%. So I get to use my platform to discuss the highs and the lows that I go through and, shed light for other people to, help them out, whatever they go through in their life. Because it's hard out here for real. And you feel me? I'm 19 and like every day, like some days I'm stuck in a hole. Some days I'm flourishing like birds in the wind, and some days I'm just walking on the earth like humans. So with that being said, it's like, man, I feel guilty. Man, I feel guilty, man. I feel damn near terrible, even putting this camera on and recording myself right now because it's been so long since I did this. It's been so long since I was able to really pick this camera back up and start talking. And it's been so long since I could really feel like myself on the camera again. Man, I haven't really been going through nothing depressing. I've been just going through the motions of life, like trying to figure out my next move, getting closer to God and, working all the time. Started getting back in the gym, started getting my mind back right, started getting healthier, eating habits, people I hang around, like outward focuses. Bro, I don't even have a topic for today, man. I just want to be here on this camera because it's been so long. I'm gonna just speak on like why I stopped dropping videos though, since I don't have a topic. I stopped posting because I didn't feel like I was being 100% with y'all, let alone myself. I felt like it was things about my personality that I wasn't actually putting on camera for y'all to see that like it's it's a lot harder than it actually looks. And it's not hard to the point to where it's like, damn, like I can't do this, I can't do this. It's hard to the point to where it's like I gotta show up day in and day out and make sure not only am I okay, but y'all are okay too. Because the stuff I do on my platform isn't just for me. I know that I speak a lot about myself and I speak a lot about the things that I'm doing, but this platform is really for y'all. Like, I get on here and I vent and I get on here and I share the word of God and I get on here and I share like motivational stuff. And that's who I am. But this is for y'all. This is for y'all to consume. This is for y'all to intake and like really better yourself because in my life, I'm taking that next step. In my life, I'm growing. My life, I'm really doing the things that's required of myself to heal from my past traumas, to heal from my past situations, to get closer to God, to stack every dollar that I make, you feel me? To get up out of the mindset that I once was in, feeling as though I'm trapped. You feel me? So my platform is to speak on all of those things because when you say let's talk life, you think to yourself, well, life could be anything. You feel me? But I keep it so structured where it's like, damn, like I'm only speaking on like hurt, trauma, past pains and stuff like this, but I don't even talk to y'all about like the highs. I don't even talk to y'all about like what God is really doing in this world. I don't talk to y'all about what God is doing in my life. I don't talk to y'all what God is doing in the community. I talk about the same stuff all the time, whereas as though like you gotta come to the realization with yourself that you need what you're putting out. And I think that's why I stopped recording too, is like everything that I was putting out, I needed to hear myself. And everything that I was putting out, I wasn't taking account for how these things are still like going on through my life. And every day wasn't the best day. Every day I was struggling. Some days I was mentally like down. Like I couldn't even feel myself at all. Excuse me. But just with that being said, it was like I was holding out so much more information regarding myself because I tried to get on this camera and pretend that I'm this dude who done like, elevated through like so much stuff. Like I'm still going through the process of not having nothing. I'm still going through the process of obtaining stuff. I'm still going through the process of like obtaining myself, my relationship with God and relationship with other people. So me coming on this camera as if like, oh, I can talk, 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 and then like y'all just intake this information as if like, oh, he's good. No, I'm not. Every day I wake up, bro, I'm still trying to figure out my next move. Every day I wake up, I'm praying to God because it's not just me in this life. You feel me? I pray over other people. I pray for my family. I pray for my friends. I pray for people that I work with. I pray for people that I don't even know. Because every day that I wake up is another day. Like, it's another day to make a choice, bro. Like, either I'm gonna take that next step, or I'm gonna soak on yesterday. You feel me? Like, that's how my life was. That's how my life is still. Cause some days I get up and some days I don't have the energy. Some days I don't have the effort. This morning I didn't want to do this morning, but it takes another, it takes another, it takes another mindset of, it takes that mindset of knowing that you got to take that next step. It take that mindset of knowing that every day ain't gonna be that 100%. So I don't, I don't have 100% today. I don't. Probably got about like 70, 60 probably. I probably got like 60% because yesterday was a long day. And today gonna be an even longer day. Like I gotta go to work, gotta hit the gym. I gotta do what I gotta do to make sure I'm straight, right? But what are you doing to make sure you're straight? Are you checking in on yourself? Are you journaling? Are you talking to people, therapists, family, loved ones, friends? You know, what are you doing to make sure you're good? Because if you're not talking to God, if you're not talking to people that you love, if you're not talking to a licensed therapist, you're drowning yourself with everything that's inside your head. And if you're not journaling or getting it out any kind of way, like you're drowning yourself. And you're going to drown completely one day. And when you drown completely one day, it might be too late. And it might just not be no more help in that moment where you drown completely. Gasping for air the whole way down, but if you would have stuck your hand out the water, somebody would have seen it. That's a word. Dang, I'm drowning the whole way down, but if I would have stuck my hand up, somebody would have seen it. You gotta know how to do it. You gotta learn how to do it. And yesterday I was invited to be on a podcast with, it's called Talking Random Ish, and like just being in a room with older people, I think everybody in that room was like 40 plus. Like guarantee everybody in that room was 40 plus. And me being 19, I'm thinking like this isn't a scenery for me. Like this isn't a place where I belong. I'm thinking like I'm this young dude. These some OGs, like they intelligent. They got the wisdom of life. They got to experience life 30 plus years more than me. So I'm like, dang, like how can I really relate to these dudes, and how can I really feel the environment around me when it comes to them? Like how can I have this conversation? And then I started to think to myself, within my 19 going on 20 years of experience, I didn't experience a lot of shit. My fault for my language, but I didn't experience a lot. And just because they have 30 more years on me doesn't mean that that negates my experience. That doesn't take away from nothing that I experienced growing up. So I got to be able to sit in that room and first listen to understand what I'm actually around. I didn't just go into that room thinking I held weight. I went into that room minimized. I minimized my mind because I'm already around people who are 30 years ahead of me. So I'm like, okay, well, let me take that into account. Next, I'm invited on somebody else's podcast. Let me take that into account. Third, everybody has a voice. Okay, let me hear everybody before I speak. Because when I speak, I don't want to be the immature young dude in my head, but at the same time though, it's my life. I'm learning at a different rate than they are. It's the fact that I was even to be in that was the fact that I was able to even be in that room in the first place just tells a lot about the person that I am and the person that I'm becoming. You feel me? When I started living with God and stopped living with the world, possibilities, like opportunities, like they start showing up more. It's not like when you don't walk with God, you don't get the opportunities. It's just when you're not walking with God, you don't see the capabilities of these opportunities. You just see opportunities as opportunities, but you don't see the capability that this opportunity has. You don't see where this could take you. You don't see the potential that you have when you looking at these opportunities, because you're just looking at it like, well, it is what it is. Like, it's just another thing. But if you took that another thing and placed it with you and God, God will show you that this another thing is that thing that you need. That opportunity, that job, that career, you feel me? Getting in the gym, working on your mindset, journaling, writing, making music, whatever you want to do with your life. That opportunity is between that bridge gap between you and God. You're going to run into obstacles. You're going to jump over hurdles. You're going to fall. You're going to stumble. But every time you pursuing God, it's going to show you that your opportunities are limitless. You feel me? Because once you get to meet God where he is, God's going to take another step further away from you so you can get to where he is again, because his will is in front of you. His will isn't behind you. God's will and his purpose is literally directly in front of you. And you know, like once you feel like you found it, he going to further it out some more so you can come on. Keep up. Keep up. God not going to sit here and wait for you. Well, yes he will, but his opportunities won't wait for you. God will wait with you. God will sit there through every season of your life. But his opportunities that he's placing in your life, he's going to place it there, and he's going to like, are you going to listen? Are you going to obey? Are you going to be obedient? Or are you going to go back to doing what you used to doing? Sit back in the crib, not doing nothing, playing the game all night, smoking and drinking every weekend. I mean, every day, every weekend, partying. You feel me? God is giving you the red and the blue pill. You can forget everything and go back to your normal life, or you can remember everything and keep taking another step. What are you going to do when it's all said and done? Because when it's all said and done, God ain't going to ask you what you did yesterday. God not going to ask you why you did what you did yesterday. God is going to sit there with you and be like, did you obtain a life with me? Because if you don't attain a life with God, your opportunities, once you get to that opportunity, you're not going to see how it can really fulfill you. You just going to be looking at the worldly value that it brings you: money, materialistic things, validation amongst the masses. But when you with God, you see that opportunity. My spirit is fulfilled. My soul is happy. The the life that God has given me is literally sustaining me within myself, not in the world. Man, it's that's a word right there. That's a word right there. Because what God places inside of you isn't what God places you into the world for. He don't place you in the world to be like, okay, well, let me figure out what I'm going to do this day and that day. When you orient your life around God, it's like God is going to sit there and he's going to tell you like, okay, well, I want you to do this, this, this. And you may not be as in tune with your relationship with God, so you don't know what his voice sounds like. But God's going to be like, I want you to do this, this, this. And you may do one thing or you may do another, but the ultimate goal is that you take that step towards God. Because when God give you a list of things that he's doing, you gotta reciprocate that within yourself. So God has the list of the things that he's going to do for you in your life. You feel me? But you have to abide by that list. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. Like, I don't really have nothing else to talk about after that. Like, that's the word. You feel me? And I got a question because I like one of the YouTubers that I watch. His name Elijah, and he asks questions at the end of his video. And like, my question is going to be, when you're nearing in on that opportunity that you're looking for, do you allow that seed to grow? Do you water your seed? Do you pray over it? Or do you just plant the seed and start planting more? So when you're nearing in on your opportunities, Are you cherishing that opportunity that you have, or are you ready for the next best thing? Just think about it.